Hello everyone, it is me, Jovian. I am back with another video after a good hot minute. Hey, we don't want to talk about it. It's not important. So it's been a while. I haven't uploaded in a long time. I've been busy. You don't care. I am going to give you guys another tutorial today. I just want to say that I am considering doing Twitch streaming, possibly in the future, so I can show you guys the process of how I make my beats. But today I'm just going to do a regular old tutorial of how I made a previous beat in the past. Today it is a Kendrick Lamar type beat. I made this a while ago and it took me a good couple of tries to perfect. I uploaded it, I didn't like it, I took it down, and then I reworked it a couple of times and I finally got it to a place where I really liked it, and this is one of my favorite beats that I produced this year. So I'm gonna break it down for you guys today. So it starts off with a really good sample from Smokey Robinson and The Miracles. Ooh baby baby. I don't know where I found this. I think I found this while on Spotify. If you guys want a really good tip for looking for samples, the old way would have been to go crate digging, but today I think one really good way to go find samples is just listening to older stuff. Like literally go on Spotify, start listening to older records, start listening to things that are a bit more obscure, and create a playlist of stuff that you think you could use. And then what you can do on Spotify, if you have it, it'll actually suggest you other tracks that sound similar to the ones you've put in there, so you can use that as another tool to find more beats. It's a lot better than just going into the, soul sample, no drums playlists that you can find on YouTube, because a lot of those have already been used by other producers. So going out and actually finding them yourself on like Spotify and Apple Music is a really good way to find good samples. That's how I think I found this one. I don't actually remember, but I'm gonna play for you guys the first section. There are like 3 sections to the sample in the song. I have the first section, which just outlines what the sample is, then I chop it up and then do my thing, and then the last section is just an outro section, which is just the sample playing again. Very simple, but I'll play for you guys the first section and then I'll break down what I did to it. So that's the first section of the sample. I didn't really do much. I just transposed it down by 5, did a little time warping here and there just to make it in time with the drums, and then at the end here I just do a quick little whatever you would call that to transition it better into the main sample loop that I have within the actual track. So I'll play for you guys what that sounds like here. So here we go. So my philosophy when doing this was using repetition. One thing about sampling that you need to remember is that not every section of the sample needs to be unique. You don't have to find a completely unique loop to make a sample work, because you do want to avoid having sections of just straight up talking throughout the sample, or where the singer is singing actual words. One thing I wanted to do with the sample was to just focus on the sonics of the samples, focus on the sound that is coming from it, and avoid using any sections that use words or where there's too much going on. It makes it a lot easier to layer stuff underneath it. So use repetition like here. It also kind of makes it sound like it's like you use drum pads to play it. It creates a more old school hip hop feel if that's what you're going for. That's definitely what I was going for on this track. So yeah, don't feel like you just need to find samples that are completely unique throughout. You can use repetition and you can use that to your advantage to really make the loop sound like a whole idea. So yeah, that's pretty much it on what I was doing with the sample. In terms of plugins, didn't really go too crazy, just EQs, just to get rid of all the ugly frequencies that I don't need, especially at the bottom. I did not need all those bottom frequencies because those are going to be carried by the bass, so they're out of there. And then on top of that, I also put on this isotope vinyl sample plugin. If you are going to use older samples, and especially if you're trying to pay a homage to like older time periods, try to make the sound a bit shittier. It creates like a much richer tone to the sound. So yeah, that's it on that. Next, I used a lot of like woodwinds and brass instruments to create that, you know, 70s sound. Since this is a Kendrick Lamar beat, I was trying to go for like a, you know, 70s Al Green, Offspring kind of vibe to it. So I used a lot of woodwinds and stuff because I feel like that's what the time period does a lot in a lot of old records that I listen to. That's another like benefit of listening to records from that time period, is that you can understand like different instruments that they used. So when you're looking for like samples on Splice and stuff, you can look for specific things that they would have used in that time period. So I'm gonna play for you the first section, which goes with the first loop here. So it's just a simple flute layered on top of another flute sample that I found on Splice. So I'll play that for you now. That's pretty much it. Nothing else to it. So for this sound, I really like this one because it was very reverb heavy. That's how it just came when I found it. It creates a lot of space within the track as it opens up. And then I have like a much drier flute at the bottom here that I also found on Splice. Just adds another like layer of texture to the what's going on top with the sample. Next, we also have this trumpet in E minor. And then it just loops again. Very simple. Next, we have the bass section. So here we have the Rickenbacker bass. One of the most reliable bass plugins that you can ever find. And I have it in two modes. I have in the one in the necklace preset, and then one in the neck pure DI preset. And I'll show you what that sounds like in this first section here. So yeah, that is the first section of the bass line. Very simple. I try to copy what was happening on top with the actual sample itself. If you ever want to do a bass line to a sample, follow what the sample is doing. That's the easiest way to come up with a bass line. Just follow what the sample is doing. Don't try to be fancy. Especially when you're using like these older records, they will guide you to find like some really good bass lines and really good bass licks. Like you don't have to be coming up with your own like original bass line off of the top of your dome. So I have it in two modes, as I said before, and this mode is a little more distorted. You'll hear it when you hear the final beat, but when it all comes together, it sounds like a full idea. Creates like, it's like a uphill and then decline and then up again when we go into this section. So this section I'll play for you. It's not that much different from there. It's pretty much the same. So I'll play for you. Very simple, pretty much almost identical to this one, but I think a little bit different because it's following a different pattern from what this thing was doing. So next we have the 808s, which are actually layered. I have one 808 slide at the bottom here, and then one 808 that's doing the rest of like the normal 808 sound. So I'll play for you what it sounds like. That's the 808. Very simple, not too crazy. Kind of like the bass line here, but just a slightly different again. But following the same kind of idea tonally. And then this 808 slide at the bottom creates like this, I don't know what to call it. It's like it sucks you in. It sucks you in, you know? It gives you a good sucking.
Pause.
Let's not do that. But yeah, it creates like this cool little slide into the drums as the drums begin. I feel like I should have done a little more to create some separation from this 808, even maybe deleting the first one here and just having this one, but it sounds okay in the mix, the final mix by itself when it's just like that. So I didn't really want to touch it or like change it. Like I liked the way it sounded, but it might be a bit too much. The mixing engineer in me is like, you should probably get rid of that one 808, or at least like do some what is it called? Some
side chaining. The word I was looking for was side chaining.
Oh fuck, why is it escaping my brain?
Because you're a fucking idiot.
Next we have the drums, and these drums are very interesting. So here's the first section of the drums. So those are the opening drums, very simple. I have a ride cymbal at the start with a couple hi-hats, a rim shot snare, and a drum fill. I was trying to match the drums on top of here because since I did transpose it down by 5, the drums don't really come out as clearly, so you can't really hear them. So this kind of creates that supporting layer to really make the sample sound more alive. So I just kept it simple. I try to follow along with what was happening on top and add my own little spin to it, like with the drum fill, just to create some more intrigue as it transitions from, you know, that heavy distorted bass into that more chill bass and the flutes playing. Next with the drums, I have a snare, a kick drum, and then a hi-hat loop. I'll play for you the drums all together here. I won't play for you this because this is basically the same snare pattern that's playing here, but obviously with more drums. So I'll play for you the full drum loop. So very simple, very simple. This hi-hat loop is amazing. I don't know who came up with it. I forgot what loop pack it was from, but it is genuinely amazing. Just using like samples, like hi-hat samples, and trying to play it electronically sometimes just doesn't match what you can get from an actual drum player playing those hi-hats properly. There's just something about an actual drummer that you cannot match from, you know, just programming your drums. But some people are really good at programming hi-hat loops and stuff. I'm not one of those people. And with the snares, it's very simple. Here it's just a straight, you know, 4/4 pattern, and then here I have this this pattern here, which is like clap, clap, clap. If you want instant funk in your drums, just use that idea, that clap, clap, boom, clap. It creates an instant swing within the drums itself, as well as here. A really good way to make your drums funky is this pattern. That 1, 2, 3. That can also create some instant funk within your drums. So those are just some drums ideas if you're looking for any. If you're ever like, I don't know what to do with my drums, just jump to those. So for the mixing of the drums, I didn't really do much. As I always do, I just added the SSL preset and then I did some glue compression to it to make it sound a bit harder. Using compressors and EQs can really make your drums hit harder, and I know for Ableton users it can be really hard sometimes to make your beats really hit hard, but trust me, if you use a good compressor, even a limiter can really make those drums hit a lot harder. Under that, we don't really have much. We just have effects. That's all we have. It glues everything together. It creates better transitions. We just have a crackling sound sample, again going back to that idea of trying to make it sound a bit shittier. We have this, very simple, not doing much. And then we have an uplifter as it goes into the first section. Just a long one. It's not really anything crazy. We also have this bang. Stuff like that can really add a lot of texture to your beats. Like, especially in funk, they love like lasery sounds and synthy sounds. Just add them in like transitions and stuff. And then I have this gong. It's this one was, I was definitely trying to play homage to Damn, because it does have like a lot of kung fu 70s blaxploitation kind of vibes to it. So I was trying to pay a homage to that kind of theme from Damn. So just a gong sound there. And then here we have another effect sound. Again, going back to lasery synthy sounds like that, add a lot. And under that we have a clap. Nothing crazy, just a big reverby clap. If you can find a good impact sound, it can add a lot to your drops. So next we have this other effect. Kind of more drony effect there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the beat. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please like, favorite, and subscribe. I mean, please like, share, and subscribe. I don't know why I say favorite, like it's not 2005 anymore. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna play for you the full thing in a minute. Just let me know what you guys are looking for from this channel, because I'm not really sure if I want to just do tutorials. Do you guys want to watch me do like watch my process as I make stuff as well? Because I could do that, or any other ideas that you have for this channel, just let me know. I'm always open to seeing what you guys are actually interested in seeing, because I don't just want to make stuff, I want to make stuff you guys want to watch. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you are interested in seeing more tutorials like this, I have a second channel where I upload all my beats. If there's any beat that you particularly like, or you are wondering how exactly did I make that, go to my second channel and look up any beats that you would want to see a tutorial for, and then leave a comment on this video or my last video saying that I would really like a tutorial on this beat, because that will help me figure out which beats you guys actually want to know about, and like what advice you guys are looking for. So yeah, anywho, that's all for me for today. Enjoy listening to the final beat that I'm going to play after this.